being a part of this global business, and there are a lot of aspects that I can explore in terms of the commissioning industry.
I would say it's being able to pick up new technical knowledge and developing my communication skills. Working as a team, I get to learn from my colleagues that have more experience. They're always willing to help by answering any questions that I might have.
I believe the most rewarding part is the diversity of it. This comes in both the form of the stakeholders that I interact with, from subcontractor management to clients based on site, as well as clients based in the overseas and their company HQs. But it also the range of systems and equipment that I can get involved with and learn about and commission. And this is all the way starting from the factory witness testing and the FAT stages to IST and handover. So it's essentially a never-ending amount of systems to learn and get involved with.
Being able to finish a day knowing that you learned something new and knowing that you positively contribute to the success of the team, even in small ways.
Is seeing the end product and knowing that you've been involved and had such a positive impact on the production of something that can only be seen as such an impressive piece of engineering. To be involved with something from the ground up and then see this end product, this building that you've been involved and helped create, that's I'd said that's the most rewarding part of my role.
Is to find the solutions to fulfill clients' requirements.
I would say when the installation commission is complete, so you can sort of step back and say I was involved in commissioning this, I was part of this. It's sort of seeing the client or the end user happy gives you a bit of sense of pride in your work.
Many learnings about my profession, which is mechanical engineering, and through this role of mine, I'm developing my confidence in communicating with different people, especially at the site.
Say probably being awarded the project we've spent weeks and in some cases months tendering for. It's just nice to see when everyone's hard work pulls off.
Towards the end of every project, where we come together and we do the IST, also called the Integrated Systems Test. I see everything come together, even though it's tedious and challenging, but when I see that everything is working, I find it's very fulfilling.
What I find most rewarding is probably because we have such an impact on the projects that we work on. When we walk around London, kind of most of the projects are in London, so when you spot a building that you've got fond memories of, or it brings back kind of a picture of what that project was like, what impact you had on it, that's probably my favourite part, because it's building up now. There's not really a part of London that I've not worked on, so yeah, that's probably my favourite bit.
I'd have said the people who inspire me the most are the people around me, my experienced colleagues. There's people around me with a wealth of experience and understanding, and to see what these people have achieved in their careers, it inspires me to strive and do the same.
My greatest inspiration is my family. To be born and raised in a plain and simple family teaches me how to appreciate things that I have, and to strive and work hard for the things that I don't.
My dad. I'd say my dad. He's a good man to learn off for many things. He's patient. He's knowledgeable.
It's my family. My family indeed inspire me the most, and their understanding and support give me the greatest motivation for life and work. Working in an engineering industry, and I traveled a lot for on-site project, but sometimes they may need my company, and they still choose to understand and accept my absence. And what they did for me inspires me a lot. Yeah.
So what inspires me the most? I get inspired when I get to go to a new site every time after a project ends. So because in every new project there will be new design, many new different things many new learning opportunities for me to enable me to further expand my knowledge in this industry.
Now, my family in the Philippines inspires me the most.
Two authors whom I am reading. Number one is Philip Pullman, who writes his Dark Materials, which is a really good book. It's a series. And also number two, Neil Gaiman, also an author. And then these two particular people I think inspired me most recently is that I really appreciate their ability to transform their imagination into something solid, which is literature in their case. I think all of us we all have the ability to transform something, like every day what we perceive in our life or what we feel emotionally, into something that is practical, into something therapeutic.
I would say the Wright brothers. They are American inventors and pioneers of aviation. They achieved the first powered and controlled flights back in 1903.
I've never really had too much inspiration in my life until I joined the armed forces. So once I joined that, and you have to do a lot of events with the veterans and stuff. So speaking to some of the veterans, what they have been through in life and the amount of things they've done selflessly for other people, just made me want to achieve more in my life and do more for other people. And basically, because they have came out with some good memories that put a smile on people's faces, and they're willing to help anyone. So that I just want to be more like that. So I would say the veterans of the armed forces.
To be familiar with the basic concept of the trade you're dealing with. Standards may vary according to the location of the project, but the concept of commissioning will remain the same. Keeping your foundation strong. Then, one important thing I learned in my early years is that it's better to ask for the things that you don't know rather than pretend to know everything. Seek and you shall provide. Seek and you shall find.
What they have to consider is the potential impact of what they're doing and how important that is. Again, it will become more and more crucial that we focus on ensuring energy efficiency of systems we put in place. As the world changes and as the world develops, that is the most important thing we need to consider.
If I want to be a commissioning manager from a project engineer, I think learning is very important.
We all have to be conscious of our impact on the environment if we are to safeguard it for the future. And I believe that we should be aware of this in our projects, and we should always look to implement procedures or practices or new approaches to achieve this. As a result of this, I believe we all have a duty to keep up to date with the latest developments in the industry and advise our clients along the way during construction, and also envisaging the project at the start.
Communication is very important in our daily role, in our jobs. Yes, and also second is to be ready to face any challenges at any stage of the project, because it could happen at any time. Yeah, so you have to apply critical thinking and just keep going.
How much impact they can have on the world. Going back to my earlier examples of the developments in commissioning and how it affects sustainability and control viruses and things like that, it makes more of an impact than is sold to you at a young age, I think.
So I believe the constant advancements in technology, so keeping up with the times and the technological advances, so that would be beneficial, because the more efficient we can be in commissioning and the more efficient the technology is, then the better impact on the environment.
I think they should keep in mind that being a commissioning manager is not just about technical skills. They should also develop their soft skills like management, presentation, communication. These are skills that they will use every day, and by developing these skills, they'll be useful for work and their personal life.